Finally, you guys have all been asking for this. We have the prop trading CEO, founder, owner interview, along with the questions that I prepared. I also have several questions from other YouTubers that you guys probably know. I'll leave that to you guys to find out who they are in just a second, as well as a lot of the most popular questions that I've seen on the last video, the review of the prop trading. The prop trading's biggest account, the $200,000 account, is still only $800, but the founder let me know in this interview that that is an introductory offer and it is ending soon. As I mentioned in my in-depth review video on the prop trading, I still have negotiated for that 10% refund, so it's the same exact one as mentioned in that video. So if you guys want to use that, again, the code is VVS, so be sure to use that at checkout to get that extra 10% refund. As in my last interview with my Forex funds, I've also put all the questions asked in this interview in the playhead right here, as well as in the description below. So if you want to skip around, that's completely fine, but I do recommend you watch the whole video. It's chock full of really good information. Let's go ahead and get started with the interview.
I'm the CEO and co-founder and CEO of Prop Trading, based here in Australia. Thank you very much for this opportunity to come and talk about our prop firm here in your channel to all of your members.
I plan on doing some questions that I have pre-prepared, and then I have a couple questions from some other YouTubers that they've asked as well, and then I have a lot of questions from the last video that everyone's been really excited to see. I've been getting so many comments asking when is the interview coming? When is the interview coming? So we will cover those as well in this. So let's go ahead and start off with the first question, which is what makes your prop firm stand out from other prop firms?
We started, as you know, most of your followers will know, we started with a business model that wasn't very popular. We received feedback that wasn't the one we were expecting, but that made us go back to the office, do our homework, and create a business model that it is very attractive. And our not only the business model is competitive, but also all of the parameters and the prices are very competitive. So I think that's what makes us stand out. Also, the fact that we have pretty much a brand new starting from scratch firm. So obviously, traders starting with us, joining us now, they will enjoy this growth with us.
So going off of that, what was your initial reaction when you saw that I made the 7 worst prop firm video and you guys were in it? What was your initial thoughts on that?
Well, that's a very good question. So obviously the initial reaction wasn't positive.
Yeah.
No one wants to know that you haven't created something that brings the best value to the customers. But as I said, it was a wake-up call. So after watching that video, we decided, okay, we have to make a decision. Whereas we're going to not only stay on the game, but we want to pursue a top position among the prop firms, or we're just going to stay where you are and eventually we're just going to disappear from the market. Because we have a very strong background from a parent company that was founded 4 years ago from one of our co-owners. And it is one of the leading companies. It is in fact the largest prop trading company in the Southern Hemisphere nowadays, with over 1,200 funded traders.
Wow.
We thought, okay, we have this DNA. We have the what it takes and the expertise to be one of the top prop firms in the world. So we have to change our game and we have to present ourselves with a competitive product so we can attract the best players on the market, the best traders on the market.
What is an approximate estimate of how many traders you have currently, either taking the challenge or funded?
Well, with the new challenge, obviously the number of applications have increased exponentially. I don't have the exact figures now, but I know that there will be some traders progressing from stage 1 to stage 2 in the next few days. Today's probably about Tuesday or Wednesday next week, 16th of March. And these traders will have to trade for another 10 days at least in order to progress to the funded account. So I believe in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we will have some traders already trading the funded accounts.
What do you think of the updated prop firm review that I did on you guys last week?
First of all, Blake, I think your last video was just show the integrity of your channel and how transparent your reviews are, which is great. I think we have a responsibility to We have to acknowledge your work, the work you provide to the trading community. Because you came back to us after some time saying, look, I noticed that your prop firm didn't have the best products 5 months ago, but now you're doing a great job, and I'm really interested in showing that to the rest of the world. And I think it was a fantastic service provided, not only to the broad trading community. Yeah.
I really appreciate the massive positive attitude you had about that, about the decision you had to either leave the industry or to take it seriously. And you took it seriously. You took the constructive criticism very seriously, and now it's actually a really good prop firm, which is awesome. I really commend you for that. That's great work.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your help with that.
So, how did you personally get started in the prop firm space?
I started when Junior, my business partner, the owner of Axia Investing, the parent company overseas, he approached me around 2018 to start some work with Axia Investing here in Australia. And we started off with Axia Australia for a little while. We did have some signups, although most of the material, everything was just targeting because the company's based in Brazil. All the publicity, all the marketing materials are in Portuguese. So obviously we had very limited reach. Then after a little while and after a little discussion, we decided, okay, if we are going to approach the overseas market, we should perhaps introduce a different brand. And then we started discussing, and last year in the middle of the pandemic, we started operating the prop trading in about 6 months ago.
Okay.
About August last year was when we actually started operating the prop trading. Yeah.
Okay. I know a couple other prop firms started right around the same time. So next question is, what should traders focus on to be successful as possible when trading with your prop firm?
Well, I guess just like trading your own account or with a prop firm, but there's a big difference, and it's a good question, because what a great time to be in the trading market. There's so many options out there. And you see with us, for example, with $800 US, you can actually have the ability to trade $200,000. That's unprecedented. Okay. I wish I had that opportunity when I first started trading, back in 2008 to 2009, where the leverage was different, everything was different, and you didn't have access to a large pool of capital at such a small entry cost. So it is a very special time for traders. Now back to the question regarding, I guess you just have to swim between the flags, even though there is a lot of things and strategies and things that people talk about, basically trading, to be a successful trader, you have to buy low and sell high. That's basically what you have to do, and be very careful with the maximum drawdowns. One very important thing about our firm, we don't have any hidden rules, okay? Any disqualifying rules. So most of our rules are based on daily and maximum stop losses, and that's what you have to be cautious about.
What are your future plans for your prop firm going in the future?
Well, the changes are definitely going to happen. As I said, we just had a fresh start, basically 8 days ago, and it's been a really great curve for us. We have a number of things that we would like to implement, especially based on the comments and the feedbacks that most of the traders are already making through our communication, social media, chat, email channels. So we are considering, first of all, one thing that a lot of traders ask about is a dashboard, something to track the metrics of their account. This is something that we are currently working on. I can't guarantee that it's going to be implemented tomorrow or next week, but it's definitely something that is going to happen. Also, we are considering in the future, we had a number of requests about platform options, which is something that is under consideration at the moment as well. And the third thing, one question that traders requested was stocks. So to add stocks to our list of available instruments. So all of those are under consideration. And as I said, we are not static. we are here for the traders. We are hearing the traders. We want to provide, ultimately, we are on the market to provide the best possible service to our traders. So if there is anything that we can adjust and implement to make our traders' lives easier or more successful, we'll definitely be considering it. Yeah.
Do you have an approximate time frame where cTrader or stocks may be added? Those were the two main criticism I had from that first video.
I see. Okay, I don't have that time frame right now. I'm sorry, but we are definitely considering it, and I will make sure that once we implement these changes, maybe I'll come back to your channel here and we'll have another chat, and I'll let you know firsthand so you can tell your public.
That sounds great. Where do you see the prop firm space as a whole, not just your prop firm, going in the future?
I think that's the future of trading. I honestly, like I said before, the easy access to a large pool of capital, this is definitely the future of trading. Retail trading is changing, and it's changing forever. There is no way back now. I mean, there will be obviously new players on the market, but the market is huge. Forex trading, as you know, the volume traded every single day. So there is a space for a lot of companies. There will be a lot more traders coming into play as well, individuals. There is few triggers there that are happening in the world right now in terms of the casualization of the workforce, lower wages. The new generations, sometimes they're not really interested in engaging on conventional jobs. So all of these, it's sort of providing the perfect storm for more and more people to join, start trading. And if you think about, from now on, if you think about trading, you should really consider a prop firm.
I totally agree. It makes a lot of sense, especially this other account that you're offering, the direct account. So can you do a brief explanation of how that works?
Yes, Blake, what we've decided just recently, because we've had such a large number of inquiries and traders and interest in the evaluation program, we have decided to temporarily suspend the direct account. Just so we can, because as I said, we are still small, growing, making sure that the traders that we already have are receiving the best possible support. So we want to focus on that. We will bring the direct account back again once we have, I think, the structure already organized for both different products.
So that was the last of my prepared questions. I want to ask you two different questions from two different YouTubers. The first of which is Anton, who was previously a VVS Academy student, which is my mentorship. And now he runs MentFX, which is a very quickly growing YouTube channel. He teaches smart money on there. Ask the prop trading about the future of spreads, or if they're trying to provide lower spreads.
Well, we are always pushing for lower spreads. This is definitely, the things that we always ask the broker is, okay, we need the best possible conditions for traders to be able to be successful. So spreads have to be as low as possible. Leverage, there has to be a balance with leverage. It doesn't make sense to have it any higher than what we are offering at the moment. But we are definitely monitoring. Spreads are obviously, people have to take into consideration the market hours, if the underlying market is open or not, for liquidity purposes. But it is something that we are constantly monitoring and checking and pushing the broker to help us with that, definitely, yes.
Is the current broker, is that going to be the only option going forward, or are you planning on adding any other brokers, liquidity providers? What's the situation there?
Oh, that's a good question. We've been, the parent company, AXA Investing, has been with this broker for about 3 years now. So they started off with, when they introduced Forex and CFDs to their platform, they started off with Saxo Bank, which is a gigantic organization from Denmark. And it was great for about 6 months. The only issue is traders didn't quite like the platform. The trading platform, they have their own system there. The spreads were a little bit higher, and the last thing that was not so competitive was the leverage. Okay, so Junior, my business partner, he introduced BRK Holdings, the broker's capital, and as an option to Saxo Bank, and within few months, I would say that more than 90% of all signups were with the broker's capital due to all of these things. Then we had, on top of that, we had ESMA coming along, changing the leverage as well. So that was by far the preference for all the traders. It doesn't mean that we are going to stick with them forever, but what I'm saying is in these last 3 years, this broker has served us very well, especially the parent company, AXA Investing. They obviously were the first one to come in and make that offer. Nowadays, because they have 1.2, it's a large organization with 1.200 funded traders, you can imagine that a lot of other brokers come and make offers as well. But it's obviously, I think Junior feels like a responsibility to honor the partnership that he has with them. But we can definitely consider other ones. That's not an issue. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I think the biggest concern was the location. People looked up the broker. I don't remember exactly where it was, to be honest, but I believe it was it St. Grenadines or somewhere around there?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Is there any worries based off of the broker being, is it unregulated?
They're registered within their own jurisdiction. And in terms of worries, I mean, we've had our corporate accounts with them, as I said, for the last 3 years. We haven't had any issues with them. So I don't think that wouldn't be a problem. And traders, don't think traders should necessarily be concerned about that, because ultimately they will be trading our capital. They wouldn't be sending their own capital to the brokers. So it's pretty much, I think they have to trust us and have faith on us rather than the broker in that regards. Yeah.
So I was looking at a lot of the other YouTube comments, and the only other question about broker and restrictions is being able to still offer 1 to 200 when the ASIC regulations come into play that will be tightening down on leverage within brokers in Australia.
That's correct. Yeah. So ASIC is changing the leverage for brokers in Australia, 1 to 30 for Forex majors, 1 to 20 for Forex minors, and 1 to 20 for CFDs and gold. So that's going to have a major impact. In our case, as I said, because our brokers in a different jurisdiction, there will be no changes to that. We'll keep the same leverage.
The next YouTuber is Havoc Trading, which his name is Frank. He's a really cool other YouTuber. He also made another video on your platform as well, talking about how CTI and had an issue with too many traders where they're using the same EA. He said, "Hey, Blake, I think a lot of it depends on the overall traffic of the firm. FTMO doesn't prohibit bots, but they're so big at this point, I'm not sure it matters for them. The smaller companies like CTI are more exposed. I think that the direct accounts concern me even more, though. Thanks for stopping by. The question is, are you worried at all about similar things happening since you have no EA restrictions?" So basically, let me just explain really quickly what happened with CTI. They got too many traders all using the same EA, and they had to end up restricting people with that. So what would you guys do in a similar situation if that happens?
That's not allowed. If you look at our EA's rule in our AFQ section, we allow EAs as long as you copy trade, for example, from your, let's say if you trade with if you have a MetaTrader 4 and you want to copy your trades to our MetaTrader 5, that's okay. But you can't copy into multiple accounts. You can only copy from one account to the other, because that's the main purpose of the prop firm, is to spread risk. And he's totally correct about his comments of the risks of trading, and because otherwise we would just hire half dozen of people to trade a large pool of capital, and that's not the case. So yes, that would bring too much risk to the prop firm, but we don't allow multiple accounts to be traded with the same signals or executions.
Now we're going to go over to people that actually asked questions on that last video that I did on you guys. And Mr. Marriers 3000 said, ask them if they'll add stocks. We've already covered this, but go ahead and recap.
So yeah, stocks is under consideration, is one of the, let's say one of the top questions that we got from our communication channels. And it is under consideration now. I believe in the next few months, we'll have some good news about them.
So KB asked, please ask if they allow grid and martingale trading, and what strategies do they not allow? Looks very promising.
We don't have any particular issue with any trading strategies. We do receive these about questions about hedging as well. In fact, our trading platform is a hedge platform, and no, we don't have any restrictions on that.
Ahmed said, how many traders are with them now? You already answered this question as well.
Yeah, I don't have the exact number now, but I think pretty soon. I believe in the next 2 to 3 weeks, there will be a number of traders already trading the funded accounts. So that's going to be great. Hopefully, they will, bring testimonials to the market and show themselves a little bit so people can see.
Justin asked one question. Could you ask the owner if they give you a live account or demo after you pass verification? I'm assuming it's demo, but I would trust them more if it was a live account.
So absolutely. Well, for both phases, the evaluation program and the funded accounts, they are both on demo accounts. So that just gives us a bit more flexibility to connect those accounts to our corporate account. And at the end of the day, it doesn't make much of a difference for the trader.
It does it affect anything at all, or is there any difference, or is it really just a broker setting? So I've heard it's just a broker setting.
Yes, the only difference is, when orders on demo accounts, sometimes they can be filled at price levels that the market is actually not executing. Okay, so this is the only concern, and this would be an issue for the funded part, but it's definitely we've run some tests and it's nothing that is going to cause any sort of major difference in terms of performance.
Ayatemi asked, please ask them during the interview what they mean by, and this is a quote, the payouts are processed on the 10th day, or that was end quote, or what does this mean? It takes 10 days to receive your profit after requesting for it, question mark?
Great. This is a good question. We've received a lot of feedback on that question as well. What happens is, so you trade the whole month until the 30th, 29th, whatever is the last trading session day of the month. We provide a summary, send it to the trader. The trader will check, see how much of that they want to withdraw. If partial or full withdrawal, send us back. Then they have to send us an invoice, and we prepare the bank transfer, PayPal, whatever the trader decides to do. So for this process to happen, we allow up to 10 days. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to take 10 days, but we just say we allow up to 10 days because, communication sometimes doesn't come. We are in different time zones. And then it's just to give us a bit of space to work around. So up to 10 days.
Sir Patrick Waddle asked, with FTMO, I was able to sign up as a business, so my withdrawals showed as business income and not personal. Can you find out if this firm will allow traders to do the same?
Yes, absolutely. Blake, just back to the previous question. Yeah. I think there's something to be added on that's very important. Even though it has this process of up to 10 days for the traders to get paid, it doesn't mean, because we got these questions as well, it doesn't mean that you have to stop trading for 10 days, okay? Once the paperwork is submitted back and you give us the advice of how much you want to draw, that amount is going to be deducted from your trading account and you continue trading, okay? So there is no gap in between or restrictions in the time that you can trade. So now back to the question about the business. Yes, we can engage with business entities as well as individuals. No problem at all.
Awesome. And thanks for clarifying that last question as well.
Thank you.
Tony asked, great review, bro. Can you ask them what US brokers they work with for spread purposes and how long they've been around?
We don't have any US brokers as yet. We've been around for, like I said, operating for about 6 months. And under the new program, it's only been about 7 to 10 days now.
Great. And then just to clarify, you are allowing US traders within the prop firm as well, though, even
Absolutely, though yes, we accept traders from all over the world. Yes.
Jigs asked, question for the prop trading. How are your spreads for all trading in all instrument categories? So we already went over this a little bit, but do you want to just recap with that one?
Yes, absolutely. So spreads really vary depending on market conditions and liquidity. I always we always suggest them to actually download. We have the option, so traders can request a free trial account, and they can try the account for about 2 weeks and test the platform, test the strategies, see if under the conditions and with the account size that they actually want to trade the evaluation program. That's a great option, and most traders are actually taking advantage of that option and using the free trial account for 2 weeks.
That's good. Yeah, I think that's really important to test out what you're going to use before you use it, especially if it is going to be a big investment, like $800 at once at one time, even though you get so much value for that. But it is still a significant amount of money in the first place.
Absolutely.
So Tiger asked, it being a new company, I want to know about their financial backing.
Well, our financial backing comes from our parent company, AXA Investing in Brazil, with 1,200 traders. So we have a large pool of capital available, and we are ready to accept many traders now with the new the prop trading fund.
Is there any risk of potentially getting too many funded traders at one time and they're running out of money?
I don't think so. No, I don't think we would have this problem.
MK Private said props, no pun intended, to them for listening and improving their program. Looks good. A question I have for all prop firms is how and where are they regulated, and if traders funds are secured by a national agency, meaning the prop firm itself, not the brokers.
Yeah, the prop firm is regulated in Australia, so we are registered and regulated by ASIC here in Australia, which is the regulator here. In terms of funds for traders, the traders they will be ultimately trading our funds, so their funds won't be they wouldn't be using their funds to trade with the broker.
What he's trying to get at is there any security if for some reason, which I really don't think this will happen, but if the prop trading ran away with the $800 that the person is spending? I think that's what he's more concerned about.
I don't think. I mean, like I said, we have a parent company that's been in business for 4 years, and we haven't run away from with any fees from any of the traders. We are actually more than happy when someone passes our evaluation program. We give them the fee they paid for the application back, and hopefully they will make some profits in the long run, and we can participate and take our profit share as well.
Yes, and they get the extra 10% back as well if they use the VVS code.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes, we can't forget that. So it's 110.
Yes, 110%, which is really cool, by the way. That's that you get more money than you spend just for passing.
I think it's a great incentive. Yes.
Infintech Forex Trader asked, what is the verification retake policy of this firm, please? Because FTMO offers new challenge account normally. Cheers.
Yes, we offer, you can have two, so your initial evaluation program, then you can, if you end the month without hitting the maximum drawdown and being in profits, which means your balance above the initial balance, you can have another 2 retakes free of charge.
So that's for both, just to clarify, that's for the challenge and the verification portions.
For the initial part, for the step 1.
Emmanuel asks, is it possible to make the 5% daily loss on the daily total amount of the account and not the initial capital? Like that, if you let your account grow for 6 months or more, 2 million, for example, the 5% of max daily loss would be $100,000.
Okay, I think I got the question. We do have a scaling plan where your account grows by 25% every 3 months if you follow some basic rules. And yes, the daily limits and the total limits, they will follow in the same percentage once the scaling plan is applied.
Without the scaling plan, are you able to leave your money in? And if you grow your account really large over a long period of time, are you able to have a bigger than initial capital 5% max daily loss? Or will it always be, for example, on a $100,000 account, even if you hold it in there for a long time, will it always be $5,000, or will that $5,000 increase as you scale up the account?
The percentage will always be the same, and they will increase according to when the account size increases with the scaling plan. But in terms of compounding your account, yes, you are allowed to compound your account. And the other thing that we do is at the end of the month, if you choose not to withdraw, so you are in profit and you choose not to withdraw your 80% that you are entitled to, the prop trading will not withdraw the 20% split. So we will help you grow your account much faster by keeping our percentage and your percentage in the account.
Dean K had a couple of questions here. He asked, number one, why are they not registered for goods and service tax, GST, in Australia, which is a requirement by law? I'll just go over one by one.
Yeah, GST, it is required by law at certain circumstances. We are actually on the process of registering for GST right now, but we were not required before in the first initial months because our company that hasn't completed 1 year, or the company itself was registered more than 12 months ago, but didn't start operating until August last year. So we haven't completed 12 months yet.
Makes sense. Number two, do they have ASF, Australian Financial Service License?
No, we are not required because we don't take third people investors. We don't take third-party investors on our prop firm. All the funds are privately owned. So we're not required to have a financial license.
Do they plan on publishing a complete terms of service on their website?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's being actually updated now as we speak, and I believe that will be uploaded in the next couple of days or so.
Excellent. They're a very new firm, company registered 2002-2020. Do we have any info on where they get their own capital? Already answered that question. Do they have enough to support only a limited number of funded traders? Which you said that you shouldn't be an issue. Justin Williams said, so unlike FTMO, I can start with $500,000 of initial capital combined instead of passing all of them separately?
No, you have to pass your evaluation program separately and then combine the accounts into one after you've passed them. Then afterwards, you can, on the funded phase, you can trade up to 500K.
Got it. And are people able to use copying among their own $500,000 within the challenge and verification stages?
Once they are funded?
Before they're funded. So are they able to not combine them, but just copy between the accounts on their own by themselves using a copy trader, for example?
Yeah, no, we want all the accounts to be traded on the valuation program. We want all the accounts to be traded independently.
Rokan asked, and one more question, is there any possibility that they can add the different currency? At the moment, it's USD only. Like FTMO, they can add Euro, GBP, and other different currency accounts. It will be awesome if they add a GBP account.
GBP, yes. We are getting some inquiries from traders from the UK. I think that's a possibility. Once again, it is something that we can think about. We don't have plans as yet, but it is something that we can definitely think about.
Got it. Marco asked, great video on this review. Just would like to know if they also allowed hedging strategy. My strategy has a unique risk algorithm that can meet the company's objectives. I'm planning to go for FTMO, but this company offers good leverage, 1 to 200, which is very essential to any hedging strategy.
Is that Mark? Mark, I think you can join our firm. Yes, we are ready to take you on board. We do accept hedging, and our platform is a hedge platform.
So the last question I have for you, is there any more payment options coming soon, which is either for paying for them or withdrawing?
Yes, absolutely. That's a good question. We are actually working on extra options as well. We just recently learned that a few countries have restrictions with certain payment methods, which is obviously, and traders are really happy, really excited about our prop firm. They want to join, but unfortunately they can't pay, which is a big shame. So we are actually consulting with other payment methods and checking the availability, as well as to receive the payments for the valuation programs and to proceed with the payments once the traders are funded. Yeah.
Excellent. So that was actually all the questions that I have from the most common questions asked on that last video. I'd like to give this moment to you to talk about anything you like, maybe the general background of your company.
So the general background of the company, we inherited all the DNA and the expertise of AXA Investing, which is AXA Investing, rather. It's a company that was established 4 years ago as a new project, has grown to nowadays 1,200 funded traders. For their evaluation program, they're approving about 100 traders, which is a huge number every single month. And that's where, you know, most of our expertise in DNA comes from. Moving forward, thinking about the future, I think prop trading is the future of retail trading. I see no reason why someone would want to open an account on a brokerage firm, especially in some jurisdictions where the leverage is extremely low and they wouldn't have the same conditions. They wouldn't have the access to the capital pool. And obviously, yes, we have rules. Yes, we have rules. We have a few restrictions. Yes, we do, because we have to operate and we have to make sure that the company is going to be ultimately sustainable in the long run. But it is something that I believe it is the best option out there nowadays to become a prop trader.
So speaking of that sustainability, your prop firm is extremely inexpensive compared to other ones that are also offering $200,000. For example, FTMO being much more expensive for the same option, same amount of funds. So how are you able to keep your costs so low?
Well, they are actually, that's a very good question. So the offer we have at the moment is an introductory offer. Okay, we cannot guarantee. I don't think this offer is going to last for a very long time. So if you want to take advantage of this offer, please join us now, because prices will definitely be going up in the near future. Yeah.
Excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to speak about?
Well, Blake, I really want to thank you for the opportunity. I think it's been the service you provide to the trading community. It is a great service, bringing, you know, options and clarifying, getting all those information from the owners themselves about the companies and what the companies are about. As for us, we are having, you know, this is a fresh start. We are accepting people from all over the world. We have a very competitive business model, and we are ready to take new traders on board. If you want to join a company, a new company with very strong mindset, with very good plans for the future, this is our opportunity.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Love to hear that, of course. That's all the questions I had prepared. If there's not anything else you'd like to ask, I think we can go ahead and wrap this up.
Yes, I think that's all from us as I can remember. We will be updating any changes or any new things that we implement to the prop trading. We try to keep up, you know, people informed throughout Instagram or email and communication channels. And there will be some changes coming up soon regarding all the requests that traders are making.
So just to recap the main changes, so that's going to be the dashboard, the cTrader, and stocks. Was there any other ones I'm missing?
Yeah, to add to those three, some extra payment methods. That's what we are currently working on. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you attending this interview.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm very happy to be here.
Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you still have questions that wasn't answered in this video as well as the review video, feel free to type them in the comments below. I'd like to see them. And I also want to hear, what do you think of the prop trading? Do you think it's a good prop firm, bad prop firm? I want to hear, so let me know in the comments below. Lastly, if you are prepared to get started with the prop trading, the introductory offer is ending soon, so do not forget to use this code when you sign up. That VVS code is going to give you that 110% back as a refund. Don't forget to like the video and check if you're subscribed. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.